guys, it's Dana.Rihanna. Don't forget the dot. I am super excited to be sharing my testimony. So pretty much I have been unemployed for a year now, like one whole year, like haven't been to work. So as you guys all know, coronavirus happened, whatever. So let me tell y'all the backstory, okay? Y'all ready? So when my job, oh Jesus, they tried me. So when everything first happened, you know, it was March of 2020, and pretty much they were like, mind you, I was 6 months pregnant, so pretty much they were like, everybody go home, everybody work from home, but you few people, you still have to come in every day and work at the office. No ma'am. So I kind of felt like that wasn't right, because, you know, we're all going through this together. Nobody knows what's going on, and it's not like I couldn't do my job from home. Everything I do is on the computer. So honestly, I got, you know, to my supervisor, and I was you know, going back and forth with her. I'm like, you know, that's not right, like I don't agree with that, whatever. And she was just pretty much like, well, it's either that or you stay home. And I was like, well, I'm gonna stay home. Like, I'm gonna stay home. I didn't feel safe. I didn't feel like what they had us coming into work doing was appropriate at that. So it was just a whole thing, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that to myself, you know. I'm pregnant, I have a toddler, like I want us to be safe too, you know. So long story short of the backstory, I went home, and I remember when I left, I was so mad. Like, I was heated. I was so mad because I just felt like it was, you know, like I said, not right, everything like that. And whatever. So I remember hearing God say, you're not a slave to money. So what does that mean? Great question. I asked him the same thing, like, what do you mean? And pretty much he was just like, you're not going to have to pretty much do anything just to make a dollar. Like, money won't have control over you. It won't be your master. It won't tell you how high to jump, and you jump, pretty much. You won't be slave to money. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, all right, God, but I need money to live. I need money to survive. Like, what do you mean? Like, let's be honest. I need money to live. And I got 2 kids. I have one in my stomach and one at home. Like, we gotta eat, we gotta whatever. That shows where my faith was. Like, non-existent. But nevertheless, I was like, you know, it is what it is. And at this time, everything was just kind of going wrong for me. Like, I was trying to move, and the apartment fell through. It was a lot, and I was just like, ugh. So thank God I had gotten back my taxes, like right before coronavirus, whatever. I had gotten back my taxes, so I had that money, you know, still holding on to it. And I was like pulling from that. Plus, you know, I had been working. I was just using my taxes to like pull from, and to pay, you know, bills and my car note and my phone bill and stuff for a while. Then, you know, I was also doing a lot of credit repair. I was doing a lot. Like, this was when the pandemic first hit. I was doing a lot. But then I started to worry when those taxes started to get low, and I would pray, like, God, please, like, you know, make a way, you know, if I have to, you know, find a job from home. But to be honest, guys, I just didn't want to work. Like, I didn't want to work. I was over it at this point. I was pregnant. I was going through a lot. My mind wasn't right. Like, it was just a lot, and I didn't want to even go and do anything, like, for anybody. So April, May, I had my baby shower. That was a stretch. So going into the summer months, what happened? I finally got unemployment. Now, I wasn't gonna file for unemployment at first, but I was like, just file. Like, what's the worst that can happen? At the time, the system was crashing. We all know the system was crashing horribly. I remember when I did my application, I stayed up until 2 a.m. like trying to refresh, redo it. Like, it kept crashing. So months later is when they finally got it together and we started to receive payments. So in the summer months, I'm like, okay, this is right when, like, I'm like, all right, God, I don't know what you're gonna do, but you gotta do something, and you gotta do it fast, because we don't got no more money. I remember vividly one morning waking up and it was thousands of dollars in my account. I was like, what? Like, not 20,000, not nothing like that, but more than I ever see in a lump sum like that. So I was like, what is happening? I looked and it said the DEO, whatever, Florida. So I was like, oh my God, unemployment finally came through. And so now we back up. Now we good. Like, okay, we have resources to take care of our bills and everything like that. Mind you, like, you know, it's summer, so, you know, I'm almost ready to have Taj, and you know, so now again I'm like, you know, Lord, you know, I need finances. I need to be able to take care of my kids, you know. Another thing that was happening was my school, they were giving out checks. Also, we have the stimulus that came out, the first one that came out, that helped me as well. Then my school was sending out money, and I remember receiving a $300 check in the mail, and I was like, wow. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, I was a little bit like, dang, I wish they would have gave us more, you know, but I was still very grateful for the $300. I was like, I'm grateful. And I turned around and like a week later I got another check from them and it was $700, and I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus. Like, I was so happy, because I'm like, you know, imagine you not knowing where, you know, some people may call it crazy, some people may say I can't do that, but one thing about me, I'm not even gonna front, one thing about me is when I like get my mind right, you can't tell me nothing, because what my God's gonna provide for me. And that's one thing that I want to emphasize. You have to learn to stretch your faith, even in the circumstances that seem impossible, even in the circumstances that seem nerve-wracking and worrying, because you literally don't know what's next. You have to learn how to stretch your faith. What does that mean? Whatever faith you have, learn how to maximize it. Learn how to make it work for your current situation. I could have been like, yep, I don't have a job, I don't have anything, it's months going by, yeah, I have my taxes, but guess what, they're about to run out, yeah, we just got a stimulus check, but that one, like that. I really had to say, you know what, I believe in the God that I serve, and that's one thing. You have to believe. If you don't believe, it don't make no sense. I believe in the God that I serve, and I know He would not allow me to just be out here like, you know, not taken care of, not provided for. You know, I'm pregnant with one child, have another child, there's no way. And I had to start rewiring my mind, like, no, there's no way. I am a child of the King, and if He can provide for Elijah in the wilderness and send birds to provide for him, guess what, He could do the same for me. And I remember God brought me back to that same scripture, that same story about how He sent the bird, the raven, to provide for Elijah, to feed Elijah when he was in the wilderness. And I was like, God, thank you, you know. And I started to switch my language, and I started to thank Him for the ravens that He sent my way to provide for me. Because it wasn't only just my school, it wasn't just unemployment, it wasn't just the taxes that I had, it was people who were blessing me, you know, not even having to know my situation or know whatever, but it was people who were saying, you know, here's a couple of dollars, do something for you and the kids. And when I tell you it wasn't a couple of dollars, I mean, I remember one time, I won't call any names, but I broke down crying because I was just so grateful. God will send people your way to bless you, okay? It doesn't matter what He has to do, He's gonna do it. He'll cause a whole pandemic to bless your entire life and allow you not to work in 1 year, okay? Whatever, He will stop whatever He needs to stop. He will stop the world as we know it to provide to you whatever you need. I'm so grateful for the pandemic because it has just given me so much. It hasn't taken away from me. It's given me. I was in need of rest. I was in need of healing. I was in need of just literally for everything to just stop so I can just get myself together, because it was just that bad. And I think about it now, and sometimes it makes me want to cry, because I'm like, I feel like God saw, and many of you may feel this way too. I feel like God saw me, burning out. God saw me dying. God saw me like literally like about to literally give up on my entire life, and he would do something such as stop everything so that I felt like it was personal, so that I can get myself together. I can regain my strength. I can rest. I was so tired. I was so tired of struggling. I was so tired of fighting. I was so tired of having to constantly be who I am and just bubbly and pouring into people and nobody pouring into me. I was tired, y'all. I was just so tired. And it's just a blessing. So not only that, now again, unemployment, they send me a months are passing, unemployment sent me another thing that was like, oh, we're gonna extend your unemployment. Be my guest. Guess what? Because I just had a baby and I'm not going to work. I'm not putting my child in my newborn in school. Like, whatever. Like, do what y'all gotta do. I am for it. Okay? And that's kind of, what happened. So, without getting, too long-winded, that's kind of what happened. And he's allowed me to constantly have resources. Till now, I just filed my taxes again. Like, there was never a gap. Sure, there were some moments where I was like, Lord, I don't know how I'm gonna make it. I don't know how I'm gonna make my payment. There's some moments where I had to extend my car payment. There's some moments where I had to split my phone bill, in half. Like, make it work, for whatever. But I can honestly say I have lacked nothing. Come here. I have lacked nothing. Okay, nothing. Food, clothes. We go to Texas every month. I mean, it's like I couldn't ask for anything else. And I just remember just forcing myself to have the faith to believe that if he said it, he would do it. And I promise y'all, once I started getting in that frame of mind, things just started happening. Things just started moving. So that's honestly how God did it for me. He just kept providing. And I believe that it was according to the measure of my faith. My faith was so big, my faith is so big that I believe he can take me another year. Ooh, I said it. I believe he can take me another year without working, because there's some things right now, and I was in school trying to, like I said, get my life together, do things, but there's some things right now where I feel like God is kind of shifting me into a new area, more of a business woman and a business aspect, because truly, if you know me, that's where my heart desired. I was never designed to work a 9-to-5. Some people are, and that's great, but me, if you know me, I like to get up and go when I want to go. I like to tell people what to do, like, not in a rude way, but I'm just a boss by nature. I really am. And I just feel like I was always created to like lead and be a leader and whatever. So with that being said, now I kind of see my life shifting a little bit towards that aspect. I started a business and God has kept me, and I am so grateful to him, like so grateful to him. I'm happy. I get joy sharing this with you guys, because if you learn nothing else from my testimony, if you learn nothing else, God is faithful. He will provide for you. It doesn't matter what your particular situation is. He will provide for you. He will provide for you. You have to believe it. You have to believe it. It's not going to happen if you don't believe. It's not going to happen if you just are like, well, maybe he'll do it, or yeah, he'll do it, but when? Like, no, you have to shift your mind and say, you know what, he is going to do it. Why? Because I'm his child. He's going to take care of me. The Bible said he provides for the birds in the air. What more would he do for his own children, his own people? you know. So I am forever grateful. I believe that it's only up from here, guys, like only up from here. I just want to encourage you today. I just want to encourage you. If he can do it for me, if he can allow me to not have to work no matter what he had to do, and to be honest, he had to shift a lot of things around in my life. My living situation, he had to shift around. My my kids situation, he had to shift around. Like, he had to do a lot of shifting. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't just like, oh, I'm just gonna, no, he definitely has been blessing me, providing for me, but he had to shift some things around for me in this season of my life in order for his provisions to work in my favor. And I am just so grateful. And let me tell you guys something too. And there are people that are my witness. When I was pregnant, I kept saying I don't want to work. After I have the baby, I do not want to go back to work. I want to stay home with my child, raise my child, you know, XYZ. I don't want to have to, keyword, have to live this life that it was just going to make me miserable, to be honest. So I kept saying, like, I'm not going back to work. I'm not going back to work. I don't know what God is going to do for me. I don't know how he's going to make a way for me, but I do know that I'm not going back to work after I have my son. I'm going to stay home and raise my son. And guess what, you guys? That's exactly what happened. The power of the tongue. I kept telling my friends, y'all, we got to figure out a way. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm not going back to work. I'm not going back to work. And this was, you know, my attitude, and I meant it. I don't know what I had to do, but I meant it. I was like, I can't put my baby in school. I don't want to put my baby in school. I want to enjoy him. So, you know, God made a way, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Okay, if you delight yourself in him, he will give you the desires of your heart. And he sure did, and I'm so grateful. So that's it, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up TJ, but I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your push notification button so that you can receive notifications when I upload. And I'm gonna be uploading a lot. Honestly, if you want to see how I achieve this luscious, I just messed up my hair, but if you want to see how I achieve this luscious hairstyle, that's honestly what I'm going to be posting next. So, alright guys, have a good day.
Walk right up to the front where I belong and brag on